Orange buff stolen? Onic Philippines.
That's just what you do with the Hanzo! The beast has gone in unpunished!
They're playing with the mental of RRQ in this game. They know they've got him, and it's time for them to execute the Kings here in Jakarta. Orange buff taken, King Kong with the lead. Orange buff now purple. He's gonna have a 3 buff lead at the start of the game. On a Hanzo, this is a pick that you would expect, Leo, to be online in the mid game. Not here, not now.
It seems like Onic PH have caught RRQ Hoshi once bitten, twice shy. They are playing out of their back foot, and that's what allowed Onic to start off this strong without even kills, without even that much of a steal. To be honest, that was a pretty big steal, the orange buff. But now Kirk here standing in the middle of 3, King Kong jumping in.
You can see the damage. The fact that he's already dealing this much damage in the early game on a Hanzo is concerning. Let's take a look at the emblems. Season Hunter, killing spree. It's nothing too crazy.
It's not even because he has thrill.
No. Actually, I think that helps a bit faster, right?
Yeah,
because you
it's
can just hit.
chunking away.
Yeah.
Chunking away, the snow snatch. All right. So Onic PH, just because of the sheer bravado they started the game off with, have a small lead. About 200, 300 gold here and there. RRQ Hoshi, how do they respond?
Well, technically for the Suyo, even if you're down a level, you're still really good early, right? I still think you're still better than the Hanzo early. It's just up to them whether they are ready for the skirmish. Dyron walking up, already getting chunked by Kirk again with a curtain call. The 2 chunky boys have been dealt with. RRQ have to concede this. Hanzo gets the first turtle, Leo.
This is respect that RRQ is showing to Onic PH, but it might be respect that actually hurts them more than helps. But to be fair, they are working up towards a late game spike. You want Toy to get items, you want Riz to get items, and so far, Onic PH haven't done anything to threaten that exactly.
I don't even know if they can kill Kirk up top with Vengeance here. They'll be able to CC him a bit, but the Vengeance gets used up. Kirk in a 2v1 situation up top. First blood to Sutsujin. RRQ find themselves on the board.
Despite that last pick CC being the crux of why we preferred Onic PH's draft, there's very little you can do in a 2v1, especially early game. 3 minutes in, RRQ Hoshi draws first blood. And Onic PH are looking to course correct, looking to find another big movement in the map besides that early orange steal and that turtle take. Let's talk about that gold lane matchup. Clearly, Toy has to play this carefully. He's outranged and out early aggroed by Kelra.
It's really tough. You can already see that Kelra had to recall earlier. The Irithel is a good pick against the Granger. We've been saying this, we have been seeing this too. And I think Onic Philippines would have loved to go for Irithel had they been given the Granger matchup, if the Moskov was banned out, right? It's just they would like to have more side control a lot of times. That's why they go for the Moskov. But Super Prince is going to go for the Crimson Beacon, giving King Kong space to invade the jungle again. Look at Prince, so aggressive, and there's no one to punish him. He's gonna get out, no punishment.
He literally went the scenic route through RRQ's jungle with no one to give him and tell him otherwise. And just like that, Onic PH are just playing the map. They're just taking, resources away from RRQ, slowing it down. But here's my fear. They're not taking it away from the key players. Sure, they're slowing down Sutsujin, but Toy and Rins. My eyes are on Toy and Rins.
It has to be on Toy and Rins. They've shifted their focus. Early on in the series, we saw a huge emphasis on the mid trio. Now, has to be the mid lane and the gold lane to carry the game. They're all going to go on to Brusco.
All right, Sanguine Claws relocating, repositioning these 3. King Kong securing a small buff, small camp rather. And RRQ Hoshi working on this turtle, pushing half health.
Brusco again walking up. You can see Kirk with a curtain call. Edok going for the stun, but will be shredded. Force and Revitalize coming down as well. Now it's going to be Sanguine Claws locking him down with a pin on the fist crack. That's King Kong on Edok. Soul Snatch taking Edok down.
Kirk falls as well. A trade 1-for-1. AOG into the back line. Defensively used. Brusco backing out.
Retreat battle. They won't go for it just yet. King Kong 2 levels ahead. Sanguine Claw. Brusco taking out Retri though. Sutsujin wins it with a Soul Sever despite being 2 levels down on King Kong.
Say what you will about the level and the potency of the Retribution, but outraged King Kong was. He had a ghost, yes, but all of RRQ were using their bodies to block the beast from scoring that major objective early on, so that puts RRQ up about 300 gold. What is Sutsujin doing this deep? What?
Uh-oh. Match spot, Soul Sever away! He actually does get away. It's a tendency for Sutsujin to be overextended sometimes, especially when he gets a better trade. But now, is he really going to wait and stay in that bush? King Kong's going for the steal, will be able to do so. And Sutsujin will just take control back of his purple buff.
And as you said, Mirko, Toy is out laning Kelra down bottom. Pushed him back already. Take down that tier 1 in the gold lane. And Kelra has to find farm elsewhere. This is pretty clever for RQ Hoshi. Again, be a distraction elsewhere and then pressure Kelra. Oh, that's it from Brusco.
Yeah, he's going to be taken down there. Walking up a bit too aggressively, and Rins is starting to stack up now. Leo, RQ Hoshi are winning it out despite the early slump with the steals, with Sutsujin being behind. They have fully come back, but King Kong's still scaling. That's the big issue now.
He is scaling, but he hasn't done anything to, deal permanent damage to RRQ's morale, nor their resources, nor their lives, actually. There's only been one kill, and that kill is on King Kong over through the Edok, which is a calculated risk that RQ Hoshi are taking. Now King Kong coming through. Just a ghost.
Yeah. No damage too. He gets sent back to his real body. Sutsujin forcing the Crimson Beacon. Super Friends and Kelra both do not have Purify, and I think that's, again, another reason why they have to just be so careful. You saw the instant Crimson Beacon as you saw the Blade Surge.
Yep, this is, we reckon, uncomfortably slow for Onic PH. And Onic are doing their best to play through it. RQ Hoshi, this is to their tempo right now as they hold onto the turtle.
King Kong on it again. Sutsujin needs to be clinical here. That's King Kong with a steal. Good CC displacement on Sutsujin. Brusco with the AOG. Caught in the bad spot. Super Friends with the flicker out. Clean take and steal from Onic Philippines as the minions deal with the turret down below.
Well synchronized actions across the map for the Super Fam, while the Kingdom struggle to find that next move. Another step forward, Dyra with a flicker.
Fist Crack Blade Surge. Now the Fist Crack comes in. Kirk Soul Severed. Assassinated with a gank by Dyran.
Replay of a kill from about 3 minutes ago. The first blood drawn by the Mercenary. Elsewhere, though, in mid, look at this. Fight wouldn't happen.
Taunt, locking them down. Rins caught in the bad spot, forced to flicker out. Kelra, looking for the kill, gets the Sky Piercer. Toy with a heavy crossbow, looking to go in one more time. Gets covered the Rhapsody. Super Prince low, still wanting to go in. King Kong, caught in the Sanguine Claws, though, able to go over to Tyron now, who will be locked down. Soul Snatch, that's Tyron surviving. Now with the Fist Crack 2, that's Sutsujin on Brusco, dealing the damage with the Soul Sever, but no CC to cancel the AOG.
Defensively used to allow Brusco to disengage. Onic PH catching their breath. That fight, though, did last a little longer than they were expecting. Onic PH down again, about 500 gold. Again, marginal losses. These two teams are losing for possible strides forward. Looking at the gold here, a good chunk of it is on Rins and on Sutsujin. Sutsujin's been taking names, dropping bodies left and right. And by bodies, I mean a lot of camps. He has been farming a little better than King Kong. Is this King Kong looking for fights too soon? He's not farming up as much as we're used to.
He's trying to, really, but unfortunately, they also have to give resources over to the Granger. So it's like it's a battle within themselves right now where Kelra wants farm, King Kong wants farm. So it's Kelra with the waves, King Kong forced to just stay in his own jungle for the most part.
Yep, and that's the problem with this kind of lineup. Usually when King Kong is on his Suyo, he's able to cross over, steal greens away from his opponents. Here, again, they're not as ahead as they would like. No. So he's forced to take his own greens, leave the lanes to, again, Kelra, and then try to get kills. He's yet to find that perfect mix. Oh no, Brusco's out of breath here.
Oh, they're gonna cancel it. Fist Crack 2, Brusco taken out before the fight. Rins caught in the back spot, Crimson Beacon, forcing a bad feast. Kirk jumping in, Glorious Pathway already. King Kong gonna be stunned by Tyron as he pins them down, but he's still on the Lord. Still ready to win for Sutsujin. Rins gets the shot with a bad impact.
Free kills for RRQ, free Lord as well. The Kingdom are back in action. This is their game to lose. As we speak, 10 minutes in, up by about 2,000 gold. Onic PH just can't catch a break.
They cannot. RQ Hoshi, that early slump, I thought would hurt them bad, but again, the composure of Sutsujin in the jungle, the composure of the rest of the team to just make it back up, knowing they still have Rins, they have Toy, they have these beacons who can carry them in the mid game, late game as well, to be fair.
And Enoch is costing Onic too much time. Sure, they'll kill him, but it takes too much out of the super fam. Oh, down he goes.
Rins gets a kill. That's a kill back, and it's onto the mid lane. Toy in 1v1 against Kelra, gets a solo. Well, a bit of help from Enoch, but it was prior.
And now the whole map is collapsing onto itself as Onic PH can't even respond to the Lord. A shutdown by King Kong on a Rins.
That's King Kong. It's always the case. You deal with 1K, there's another. There's another right there. They'll get a charge with this Lord. No, they won't. It'll get splashed by the Holy Defense. Onic Philippines keep their base intact. No turrets to be taken. King Kong looking to try to go for something here, but he knows it's a bit too risky.
Better late than never is a mantra that both of these teams live by. And as long as you have a little bit of fight left in you, it's not over till it's over. Sutsujin here securing a Queen's Wings. So this shows that he's ready to fight in the paint. He's ready to dig deep and force responses out of Onic PH. If it's gonna cost him limb and life, then so be it. He's up by 2,000 gold. He can afford it. Nobody from Onic PH is actually threatening him. Last time, I mean the last time they fought, it was Kirk, but Kirk is sitting at 0-5-1 right now. He's far from being a threat.
King Kong walks up again, but this time it's only onto Enoch. Glorious Pathway is used. Toy damage, my lord! That was 2 basic attacks on Prince. A quarter he's left with.
Onic PH.
Oh
no! That's what he said about Kirk!
Walks up to his demise. King Kong walks up as well, loses all of his HP. 0-6-1 now, Kirk on the CC.
Onic PH on that high ground defense. 5 members of RQ circling like sharks around this inhibitor.
Toy with a heavy crossbow already in there. That's going to the siege coming down as the base turret will fall. Take it slowly but surely. Tyrant going to be falling as well. Enoch on the back spot. Another Sky Piercer to Kelra. If all else fails, you have this man to still perform.
The gold standard holding strong for Onic Philippines, pushing back, stopping the almost imminent push on that base. Taking out Dire and taking out Enoch. Lord spawning lower quarter. Onic PH, they're not out of the woods just yet. RQ Hoshi still a 3,000 gold strong lead. Oh.
Toy in a 1v1. Kelra did buy the win of nature earlier. Now with the heavy crossbow and the sprint. Toy looking for the kill. And it ends up being both of them having to back away. Brusco, though, cutting the corners over to look for the kill. Meanwhile, Kirk and Super Friends dealing with Sutsujin as he's forced to use the Blade Surge to blink away. That's the Lord in control of Onic Philippines. That's a pin down. Sutsujin with the red tree. It's King Kong.
Takes it. And that's it. Onic PH are happy with this, but no.
Toy.
Enoch wants to keep him hostage.
Gets the flank down, gets the kill. Brusco going to be taken out as well by Rins. Lord for 3 members. But Kelra is still alive. The raid boss of Onic Philippines.
Mind you, it was a shutdown trade though, Mirko. It was Sutsujin they took out. And Kelra's building up stacks on his Sky Piercer. So this should be quite the coin flip defense that RQ Hoshi have to deal with. Look at that graph.
The gold graph. The gold has been dipping quite a bit. Again, there's been 1v1s attempted, but you can see the read from Kelra too. Just prior to that 1v1 forced by Toy, it was a wind of nature that he had just built up. Got the position to land these shots to force Toy back. And then he was zoned completely away from the Lord. Gave Onic Philippines a chance again to just walk up, but now Toy has that wind of nature that he needs up against Kelra and King Kong. Technically, Kirk too.
Yep, talking about King Kong, he knows that securing his own purple would be too risky, too much of a liability if ever we got caught. And the rest of Onic PH are going to try to help him secure that. But nope, decide to just say, we'll catch the next one. Lord spawning, upper quarter, 1.5 minutes away from now. And RQ Hoshi can just take this slow. Like, they have no incentive to rush anything.
Definitely.
Oh,
so stun, King Kong. Losing a lot of HP, and you can see RQ instantly moving forward into his jungle to deplete his resources even more. So he's down by 2,000 gold.
They're starving an already famished King Kong. I mean, he's not in fighting shape, but he's working to be a threat.
Tyron picks up the conceal. So if you see the conceal next, it's going to be from Dyren, folks.
All right. It looks like Hoshi are setting up for more ways to initiate. It's as if they didn't have enough priority just yet. This is what that Lord got, Onic. Again, just another lease on life. Just holding on for longer, hoping that they can take out Rins, hoping they can take out Toy, who, by the way, hasn't died just yet, the ladder. Toy is playing out of his mind. This might be Toy's best performance yet, better than that Claude even.
I agree. That's why I was super weirded out by no Irithels throughout the series. Even in MPL Indonesia up against Onic ID, his standout performance was the Irithel Super Prince stepping up a bit too aggressively, gets poked down by the Bad Impact. Does have the Crimson Beacon and the Flicker, still saves it there, but the purple buff will surely go to the hands of RRQ.
Yep, saves both. Interesting read on situation, how Frinz did not use either. King Kong looking to take his own purple, but nope, no dice.
Yeah, it's Kirk who gets it in the end.
It's from worse to bad again.
From worse to bad, not the best of scenarios. You would like that to be on King Kong, maybe even preferably Super Frinz at this point of the game, but it's on Kirk.
And now the Lord has spawned up a quarter. Onic first to the scene. What's RRQ thinking? Oh!
That's what they're thinking.
They were kept busy by Frinz. Well, Frinz has to recall now. And Onic PH are just managing the waves. This short wave and that long wave in mid.
Still going to be a slow push for RRQ. I think the mini wave earlier did quite a bit towards that wave. So RRQ playing with control. Those punches have been a good answer to King Kong. Whenever he looks for a dive, it's always the punch to pull him back.
Dyren here, keeping range on Brusco. In comes Kirk. Lord, quickly secured by RRQ.
Free with the Revitalize too. Dyren still able to escape. Brusco gets the AOG down, but look at the heavy crossbow. Toy over in the back. Kirk falling for the 8th time this game. Edok looking for an angle of attack. They're going to have to manage the waves perfectly. No Kirk, 4v5.
A miserable situation for the Super Fam as the CC pick isn't paying off the way they expected to. And now Hoshi are at their gates. They're looking to take down the base. At least it's him first.
Fist crack to the back. Brusco looking for the top. Will be able to find him now. King Kong going as well. Toy still able to go with the heavy crossbow as King Kong deals with Rins. That's another kill for Sutsujin on Brusco as he runs away. But the Lord has been cleared one more time. Onic Philippines, hold on.
Not so fast. Onic PH still in this. And they take down Rins. Dyren 2. Toy still untouched. Could have sworn the game was going to end there, but it looks like Onic PH are just waiting for RRQ to spend their battle spells. That's about a minute and change until Dyren and Rins, despite respawning, won't have those utilities.
I gotta say, Leo, this is a bit of a nitpick, but right as they got the Lord, it spawned instantly. It was unfortunate timing. They got the Lord in the mid lane. All the other RRQ members were already dealing with the waves up top to push it in. Sutsujin went back to the purple buff, relieving some pressure away from that mid lane. And I think that was the angle that Onic Philippines used to just clear it out. But Super Frinz is now caught in the bad spot, has the Crimson Beacon, will be able to use it.
Full-on defensive use of Onic PH's utilities. And Mirko, you're right. Shades of Sutsujin's tendencies from M6. And right now, they need a 2025 Sutsujin. They need the Mercenary to be on point. Brusco here, standing guard, fence brush, spotted by Edok, gets stunned. All right, just making sure that the coast is clear here. About a minute until the Lord spawns, lower quarter. Long lane is looking bad for Onic, like just 2 basic attacks onto that inhibitor and it's gone.
RQ would certainly want to have gotten that in the team fight prior, but again, Onic Philippines, Hanzo is online. That's full items on King Kong already. You saw just how fast he was able to deal with Rins as he got to melee range. As long as you're able to gap close, I think 3 basic attacks is enough, and then you're going to... curtain call used up. King Kong going over to Dyren. He's in the car. Ooh, that assassination! That damage, I mentioned it, and instantly we see it. That wasn't even on Rins, that was Dyren.
Free pickoff, didn't even give the Kingdom's XP laner a chance to use the flicker. So that's about 30 seconds more that Hoshi are a man down. I don't know if they'll make it in time for the Lord, because it looks like Onic suddenly having second wind. They've crossed the river further than they ever have all game long.
He's gonna have to deal with the waves up top. 20 seconds for Dyren to spawn. I don't think RRQ can fight front to back with one of their frontliners down.
Onic here, blitzing the Lord. King Kong and Kelra wailing away. Rins here popped his ult already. King Kong looking for one.
King Kong sent back against Sutsujin, getting the stun down onto Kirk. Damage coming down with a bad impact over to Kirk, the Queller as well. Toy looking for the flank as Brusco goes in for the taunt. The mid lane shoving in, and they have managed Onic Philippines Lord take. Now it's RRQ with the advantage.
There's no way Onic was gonna fall for that. Toy was setting up for the back door and in mid. And RRQ Hoshi are here to claim what's truly theirs. Again, they are still in control. This is still their game to lose. They're up 3,000 gold. Lord here pulled slightly over to the Kingdom's advantage. About half health, soft reset.
How's that wave looking up top? Is it going to be a slow push? That's worth for... I think it is still an RRQ slow push, but we don't know for sure. It could be a built-up wave now as they go over to Rins. No flicker for Rins. A sundown. No, it's a Soul Snatch that comes in first. Toy up against Brusco. Rins is down. They need a trade. And Sutsujin finds Super Prince.
Prince for Rins. Mid laners absent for this fight. Lord still standing. Onic PH going toe-to-toe against the Kingdom, who has been colossal all throughout game number 5. No dice for this Lord take.
1 for 1. 21 minutes in. There is no blitz. For both these teams, it's a slow take. This is the evolved Lord. Kirk, curtain call. Walking up, trying to poke them down as much as possible to regain control over the neutral objective. But again, there is no blitz.
It looks like there isn't. But Onic PH are still wailing away at the Lord. Dyron and Edok spot the shenanigans. Sutsujin wailing away, forcing the vengeance from Kirk.
Kirk going way too aggressively. Sutsujin doesn't go for it. He taps it, I think. Goes back to the base. Edok onto the back spot. Toy going in all the way to the base. Will he be able to end the game? King Kong taken low. Sutsujin gunned down by Kelra. Has the mortality. Sutsujin there. Does he get it with a crown by King Kong? And with Kelra, they're able to prevail. That's again Kelra with a flicker forward.
Rins hoping to God he could steal, but Kelra secures. Rins is gonna fall here without taking down Kelra first. And the Kingdom are crumbling. Toy left standing, taken down by Fritz.
Ladies and gentlemen, Onic Philippines have wiped the Kingdom out.
Slowly but surely, the Super Fam will make quick work of the map. It's gonna turn red. Lord escorting a huge wave up top. It doesn't even have to get to that point. 23 minutes in and they can just push it down mid.
The reign continues for Onic Philippines. Thunder beckons their reign one more time. A complete show of dominance.
From the Philippines to Malaysia to China and now in Indonesia, the Super Fam claims their spot at the apex of MLBB Esports. They are your first Mobile Masters champions, Onic Philippines.